Picking up on our last video, I want to show some common mistakes that we see with drawings that architects have worked on before contacting us. So here in these plans, this is for a multifamily large residential building. All of these black lines here are soil gas mat strips. And you'll see there's some radon vent pipes, aka T-riser stacks, in here. This is way too much mat. Sometimes we see it in a honeycomb pattern. Other times we see it like this. But regardless, there's a couple things wrong with this that I want to point out. First is that the mat goes all the way around the exact perimeter of the building, which is a big no-no. You want it about 3 feet inside the perimeter of the building. There's less weight on it there. There's also a better opportunity to vent with the T-riser, because the T-riser, if you vent it right there in the perimeter, it'll be completely encased in concrete at that point. You'll also notice that even though they used way too much mat, they actually didn't use enough T-risers on this plan. If you were to get down and dirty with the scale, they were about 3 or 4 T-risers short, if I recall. Here's a T-riser exhaust stack, and then you'll see all this mat around it. It's going to pull in kind of a spherical pattern. You know, it's going to go and try and pull air from here, follow all the way down the perimeter. It's going to start pulling from both these directions. Every time it gets to a junction, it's going to pull relatively equally from each junction, and there's going to be some dead spots when you design it in this manner without doing a perimeter system. So here's what we did to this system. You can see it's a pretty large slab, so we actually added some runners here and there, but for the most part we're just doing a perimeter system and keeping T-risers toward the perimeter, and using some of the existing vent pipes from the plans. But for the most part, I think we cut the mat down by about 60 to 70% on this job. So be aware, we again do free quotes on this, so for your first couple jobs, if you want to try it yourself and then send us the plans, and then we can kind of double check your work, we'd be more than happy to do so.